Today, I will be sharing with you the inner workings of multiple burglaries that occurred in 2008 and 2009 of celebrity homes. First, I will touch on the grounds and claim of my documentary, then the first and second type of strong evidence used in my documentary, finally, the impact in which my selected documentary holds. In the documentary The Real Bling Ring Hollywood Heist, directed by Miles Rial, Nick Prugo and Alexis Nyers reveal the ways in which social media played a role in the incrimination of a group of burglars in the early 2000s, and how this event was ultimately a result of social media's depiction of toxic idealism of individuals' lives. Let me begin by telling you about the first piece of strong evidence that led to their incrimination. Firstly, the use of surveillance footage posted on social media platforms such as TMZ led to their arrest. TMZ is renowned for having the latest scoop on celebrities. When Nick Prugo and other suspects were found entering and leaving Paris Hilton's, Adrena Patridge's, Orlando Bloom's, and Lindsay Lohan's homes, they were ultimately caught in the act. In light of the police obtaining the surveillance camera footage, it was then posted to TMZ in hopes of uncovering the perpetrators. Nick Prugo's identity was revealed, a young man who was only 18 at the time. In the documentary, Nick Prugo reveals that he would anxiously check TMZ over and over again to assess whether the coast was clear. Eventually, he spotted the news report, including the surveillance camera footage with him in it. Nick Prugo's accomplice, Alexis Nyers, called in his identity to police, ultimately turning herself in as well. Social media was the very thing that got Nick caught, although he used it as a way to gauge whether or not his identity was under wraps. In the end, it was the very thing that made him and his accomplices face consequences for their actions. Secondly, photo documentation on social media platforms such as MySpace led to the unveiling of the bling ring. In the development of Nick's identity being revealed, after TMZ posted the surveillance footage, police needed to uncover evidence that directly linked Nick to the crime. Police turned to MySpace, a platform that is similar to what is now Facebook. As a result of Nick's desire to rise to fame, his profile revealed photos of him wearing the stolen items. Nick's intentions to post the photos of himself wearing the stolen goods summarized the overall idea of how this group of young adults were unaware that their desires to rise to fame through social media's influence would eventually make them face incriminating consequences. The impact that my selected documentary holds emphasizes the message that social media's toxic idealism has led to the incrimination of individuals such as the bling ring. It further reveals how social media continues to grow in its intensity of depictions of people's lives, and how that influence has moved us to do anything to get what we want. I hope you have enjoyed my presentation on The Real Bling Ring Hollywood Heist. I suggest you all watch both the documentary and the film The Bling Ring, which is inspired by the original group. I look forward to watching your presentations as well. Have a great rest of your week. And lastly, here is my reference page. Thank you so much.